Hello, welcome back to Nuts for Guts, where we are building a platformer game together. Yay! Okay, so in the last couple episodes, we have made two different types of pickups. We have also made it so that the one pickup de-increments, so whether you use that as a stamina type de-increment, whether you use that as in my case a bleeding mechanic, or however you decide to make use of that. So, I just want to save my character here before I get too much further ahead. But yeah, so that's what we did on the last tutorial. If you followed the last tutorial, and instead of making your own de-incrementing system for stamina or juice or whatever else you want to use to de-increment, if you did a bleeding system like I did and changed around the variables like I did, then you broke the game overlay or the HUD for the health. Okay, because what I did was instead of using health, I made my first variable gears my health. Okay? Because that's how it's going to work in my game. So gears are also my health. Okay? So what we're going to do this time around is we are going to fix up the HUD that I broke. And we are also going to add a value for the oil. Okay? So this will just be a quick refresher on how to bind variables to the UMG widgets. So if we go to the widgets, we've got game HUD, and we're going to open that on up. Okay? So we got health here. I am going to change that to gears. Which, the more I think about that, I want to change it to parts later, but whatever. And then we are going to name those properly. So we got text gears. And there we go. And then we want to duplicate those. So click, and then shift, and then click. Oh, control and click. There we go. Control and click, and then control C, control V. Nope, that's not going to do it for us. Okay, we'll right click here and... Oh! Do we not have a duplicate? Oh, we got copy there. Okay. So there, and control, and copy. And then we want to, out here, paste. Yay! So let's grab one, pull it out, and grab two, and pull it over. Okay, so this one we want to call text oil. And we want to have it say oil. And then oil value. And we'll call this one gears value. Yeah, I want to change that to parts so bad, but I might do that later. Okay. And then we're going to go to the graph. And look, there's no longer a target health. So we are going to delete that. And we're going to copy this. Control C. Okay. Then we're going to pull off our player. And because this is for the health value, actually we no longer have a health value, so we're just going to delete that. Okay, delete that. Compile, save. We are going to now go over here and we are going to bind. So click on our gears value, come over to functions, and we're going to do create bind. Okay, and what we just copied, we are now going to paste. Okay, if you didn't actually copy it, we can do this from scratch as well. So it is a cast 2 player character. Okay. And then player character, which is a variable we have here. So it would just be a pull and a get. And that is set by the other thing. the player. Sorry, it's getting late here and I'm a little tired. Okay, and then we are going to get from that gears. So you're going to get gears. Straighten connection. And there we go. Straighten. And there we are. Compile and save. And hey, look, no more errors. Woo! Now we're going to go back to our, not event graph, to our designer. We're going to get our oil value and do the exact same thing. So we're going to go over here. We're going to create a binding. We are going to paste. Or, you know, do all that work again, because you can do that as well. If you really want to do all that work again, you can. And then we're going to get oil. Straighten connection. And then bring that in there. And straighten the connection. Compile, save. Okay. So now, if we play, we've got gears and we got oil. And if I do this, we can come over and I take damage to my gears, take damage to my gears. I can fill my gears and oil is not being filled. Oh, the oil is now going down. There we go. There we go, and then once my gears are back filled, my oil stops dropping. So that is the setup for the binds. Okay, it gives us something to work with, just so that we have a graphical overlay again. Okay, you can play with all that stuff, make it a little prettier if you so wish, but we're going to get into the widgets a lot more in depth later. Okay, let's just make sure this is working as intended. So, do that, do that. If I come across, we should, okay, take damage, start bleeding. And there we go. Stopped bleeding as we got a gear back, and then, there is something funny. It is not bleeding right away like it's supposed to. So, when damage is done, our gears minus damage is less than or equal to 0. That should be working fine. Every once in a while, something like this happens that is all fixed by going File, Save All, Save All right there. It saves everything, and then we close the project and reopen it. Sometimes that's all it needs. So we're going to see if that fixes it for us. But yeah, that's the video for today, is just setting up those bindings again. If you want a full go-over of that, if you go back a few episodes to episode 9, you'll see the full setup for doing the player health. This time we've just rebound from player health to the variable I am now using. So it gives you a little bit of practice binding. We also added the binding for the oil. Okay, so whatever pickups, whatever variables you're using there, you can make your binds for that. And let's see if that fixed it and everything's working as intended now. So, open, come across. Okay, we're at 25. We're at 0. We're at 1. Yeah, that is still not quite working as intended. That will have to be looked into. Huh. But anyway, that is not part of this video. I guess we should probably fix it while we're here and all together. So 0 if... So yeah, when damage is done, damage, so gears minus the amount of damage, so yeah, that should do it. So let's print string that value right there, just as a test. Print string is an awesome debugging tool. So we come across and we're at 25, and we come across and we're at 0. Okay. And then when we're at minus 25, it continues. So, for some reason, it's not getting the 0 there. So what I'm going to do is, if it is 0.5, so if it is equal or less than 0.5, it should continue. So when it hits that 0 mark, it's kind of a dumb workaround. So 50, 25, really? Why are you doing this now to me, game? Why are you doing this? You did damage, and you're less than that. So let's say hello. Oh, not say hello. We want to print string there. So printed hello. And then did not print hello. So it is not an issue here. So it is an issue with our bleed oil. Which is just checking, is it less than or equal to 0? Yes. Do damage. So it opens and then enters. We may have to do this. So come there. And then come there. Okay. Just get that sequencer going in a different sequence. Come across, 25, 0. No. What if we skip this check? Because that is a new issue right there. Okay, so if we skip the second check, it works fine. So what if I change my second check to 0.5? For some reason, my second check is not happening nicely. Still not happening nicely. So what we're going to do here is we're going to get rid of that sequence. Second sequence. And we're just going to reorder some things here. So we're going to pull this right into our decrement. Okay. So, we're already doing the check once, why are we doing it again? But after we decrement, then we want to check. And if the gears are still less than 0, we will do our delay. Now we can put in some reroute nodes here to make things a little tidier. But if it is not less than 0, we'll continue to call the stop or the close, just like we did there. So let's try that. So now if we come across, we get 25, we get 0. Seriously, it is 0. So that means it's equal to 0. What is your problem, game? Why are you giving me issues? So we're just going to remove that. We're going to get gears. And is it less than or equal to 0? Just replace that node. Please let me know if you all also run into this issue, because this should not be an issue. I really don't know why that is an issue. See, now I'm de-incrementing again. Anyway, I will work on my own time to fix that. Please let me know if you're all experiencing the same issue or not in the comments below. Yeah, that's just the quick refresher of this, and a bunch of troubleshooting that ended up leading nowhere. So, yeah, see you in the next video.